Andrew Plitt here with andrewplitt.com. In this video we are continuing to go deeper into Standing Post Qigong and the concepts, structures, and basics that are supposed to be in place while you're doing this, all the internal work that's going on so that you can get the most out of your training. If you have any questions about what we're covering in this video or what we've covered in previous videos, or if you'd just like to let me know kind of your thoughts about Standing Post Qigong, your experience with it, please put those in the comments below. I'd love to see what your experience has been with Standing Post Qigong so far and kind of your thoughts about these videos as well. In this video, we are going to be talking about the arms and the structure behind them and what they're supposed to be doing as we're doing Standing Post Qigong. Remember, before you move on to this part of your training, make sure you have everything from the previous videos worked into your muscle memory. It's a part of your body. And once it's a part of you and all of that is happening just out of habit, then move on to what we're talking about in this video. Now, as we talked about in previous videos, there's this sort of inward at the front, outward at the back, kind of folding in, drawing in at the front, expansion at the back. And the same thing's happening with the arms. So if we think about the anterior and like medial inside of the arms, that would be our inside, our yin side. The posterior or outside of the forearms, that's going to be our yang side. And so as we bring this structure up, we see that the yin side is rolling in toward us, the yang side is rolling out here. And we have that sort of rotation all the way through the arms to the hands and the fingertips. That rotation builds the structure in the arms that we need to keep the arms there through this training. Now, Standing Post Qigong is not typically thought of as a strength training exercise, but you are going to start to develop changes in your body to support the structure that you're holding. And that's part of the transformation that happens through practicing Standing Post Qigong. And so even though when we do this, we're not wanting to use a lot of muscular strength, as you do your stance, as you do your practice, you are going to be changing the strength of different parts of your body. You're going to be causing bone remodeling. You're going to be causing strengthening in tendons and muscles. And different parts of your body's alignment is going to change. And this is part of the transformational work, as I said, that's taking place within you when you're practicing Standing Post Qigong. So when you bring the arms up like this, they will structure that intention of sort of bringing the yin side in and the yang side out. As you bring the arms up, it's going to help maintain the structure that you're holding as you're practicing. But at the same time, as you do this, you are going to start to notice tight areas, sore areas. Basically, it's going to feel like work, and it really is work in the beginning. And as your body transforms, it feels less and less like work. So the idea is when you bring your arms up, round the inside, the yin side, inside, all of that, in towards you, and expand out with the yang side. Now, from this posture, you want roundness all the way through, and you do want to allow the elbows to sink down, but the amount that they sink down is not a great deal. You can sink them more, but the more you sink them, the more you kind of lose the structure that you're holding here. Now, when you change hand structure, it's okay to sink them more. But when you have the palms facing towards you, that rounding out, the way that you sort of support that from the inside is with more of an outward expansion here rather than here. Here, this collapses your expansion. Here, this allows you to expand. So there are some key points to keep in mind as you're holding this posture with your arms. So once you're here, we talked about you want that inside of the arm rounding towards you, the outside expanding out. You want the elbows sunk a little bit. You don't want them up super high. You want them either at the level of the wrists or slightly below the level of the wrists. You also want to make sure that your shoulders aren't doing this. So you're not holding like this. Everything sinks here, and the structure that holds is through expansion rather than trying to hold up with tension. So get rid of the tension and expand through the body, expand through the arms to create the structure you need here. After you make sure that the shoulders are relaxed and the chest is relaxed here, the other thing you want to do is not let the hands go completely limp, not let the elbows drop, as we talked about a little bit earlier. Maintain a fullness through the hands, but not tension. So the arms shouldn't be locked in place where you're like, so much tension in the arms. Just expansion through. So the arms and the fingers and the hands are going to be full and expanded, but not rigid. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about a concept that I think may be useful when you're first learning Standing Post Qigong, or at least I thought it was useful when I was first learning. And it's something that I've eliminated from my practice, eliminated from any instruction that I give on Standing Post Qigong. And that is the idea of resting your body or supporting your body on different structures that you're imagining. So kind of what that means is Sometimes you'll hear of when you're standing in Standing Post Qigong, you want it to feel like maybe there's a ball between your legs that's supporting your legs, or a ball that you're sitting on that's supporting your body, or that your arms are resting on something on the sides, or that there's a big ball that you're hugging, and that's what's supporting your structure. And so you imagine these different things kind of supporting different parts of your body, and that helps you maintain that structure for a longer period of time. Now, as a mental trick to help you maintain your structure and do Standing Post Qigong for extended period of times, that can be helpful. But again, remember that Standing Post Qigong is not practice for the purpose of holding it for a long period of time. It's practice for creating a transformation inside the body, how you hold your body, how you structure your body, and how you expand through your body to create a very strong, solid, balanced frame, and a frame that's also very relaxed while being strong, balanced, and well-structured. So if we use ideas like hugging a big ball and letting our arms relax against that, and that allowing us to support our arms and keep our arms up longer, or resting our elbows on something to the side that holds up our arms, or sitting on a ball or having a ball between the legs that keeps the legs from collapsing and helps them maintain their structure, what we do is we remove the intention and the concept and the feeling of our body being supported from within, from internal strength, and we put it to the outside of the body, to where our body is depending on something on the outside to hold it in place. Just like the string holding at the top of the head, it creates this sort of puppet, like this marionette puppet structure, strength to the body, so that the strength that you're exuding in your body, the power that you're creating or holding to maintain this structure as you practice your Standing Post Qigong, is all external to the body. It's created by your imagination, but at the same time you're thinking of resting your arms on something, you're thinking of something holding you up, you're thinking of you resting your arms against something or sitting on something, and all of those things are outward supports. And what you really want to be developing in your Standing Post Qigong and in your Taiji training is internal support. So instead of thinking of a string pulling on the spine, you think of expansion through the spine that supports the spine from within. Instead of thinking of a ball between the legs that your legs can lean against and something that you're sitting on that you can sit on, you think of expansion down through the legs that fills the legs all the way down. And that expansion gives the legs the strength and the support that they need from inside, from your lower dantian down and through, from your lower dantian up and through. And it's the same thing with the arms. Your expansion comes up the spine, and between the shoulder blades, it's going to spread out, down the arms for that outward expansion here. Now you don't want to hunch, of course, you keep that elongated spine, but you kind of round forward a little so that you have the closing on the inside, the expanding on the outside here. Now on the inside of the arms, you also have this extension down through the arms, and as it goes through the arms, it's filling that space and supporting it the same way that the expansion through the spine is filling that space and supporting the spine. That's where your strength, that's where your support comes from. It's from the inside of the body, expanding out. And notice that all the expansion is coming from the lower belly, from the lower dantian. And we'll talk more about where that is and what exactly that is in future videos, because it's one extra thing to focus on, one extra thing to think of. But just focus on the lower belly as being the source of all this motion outward and the returning point of the motion inward. So you want to change your ideas of outward things holding you up to the inside strength of the body, the expansion of the body through all the joints of the body holding you up. And so you think of the bones expanding through the joints, all of that expanding, that's your structure. That's what holds you up. The muscles relax and sink down. And that helps get rid of the tension, and it helps hold these structures in a way where they're still movable, but well structured. Also, when you bring the arms up, you want to make sure that this doesn't happen. You don't open and expand the chest. You keep that downward sinking in tension to the lower belly, to the lower dantian here, and this outward expansion here. And this with your inward on the inside of the arms coming in and also sinking back down, you can maintain that inward front, that outward back, and the structure up and down all at the same time. That's where your strength's coming from for this motion or for this posture. And this gets to another thing, another concept that's really important in Taiji training, and this is where you start to develop it before you get into moving Taiji. So this outward expansion through the bones and the relaxation of the soft tissue as much as possible. So you relax the soft tissue, expand through the bones and through the joints. That really starts to create what's described in the Taiji classics as steel wrapped in cotton. And that's that sensation, that's the energy, the power, the force that you feel, the structure that you feel when you're doing Tai Chi. So the structure of the body is like steel. It's immovable if you don't want it to be movable, but it's freely movable as soon as you want it to move. So you have control over it, and you also have the ability to move it, but it's not something that will crumble or collapse if someone is pushing on you, if there's an outside force acting on your body. So that's the steel component of it. That's the internal strength that's supporting everything that's going on. But the relaxed soft tissue, the relaxed muscles, the relaxed everything else basically that allows for that free movement when you're ready for free movement is what's the cotton wrapping the steel. So there's an outward appearance of softness, right? That's the cotton, that's the relaxation. But the support inside is very powerful and very strong, and you're learning to align your body and expand through your body in a way that gives you steel-like strength and support from within, not from without. As many of you know, there are different hand postures that you can hold while doing Standing Post Qigong. And in a future video, we're going to talk about some different variations of standing posts that are quite cool and very useful in Tai Chi training. But regardless of what your arm's posture is, whether it's here, 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 there's a ton of different things that you can do with your arms, different postures that are meant for different exercises, meant for expressing different types of energies in your stance and in your training. Regardless of what you're doing, that intent of expansion through and relaxation is going to be present. We've reached the end of yet another video. I hope this video was very helpful for you. I hope it helps you understand a little bit about the structure that helps you maintain different arm positions, especially this basic arm position that you hold while practicing Standing Post Qigong. If you have any questions about what we covered in this video, please put them in the comments below. I would be happy to hear what sort of things make sense out of this video, what sort of things could be explained a little bit better. And if you did enjoy this video and got something out of it, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and become a supporting member of this channel to help ensure that more videos like this will be made available in the future. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all stay safe and healthy out there.